Hey friends, and welcome back to the Reddit Rainbow. The day started with, "Whoa, we're halfway there," to a lady asking me over and over and over again if I spoke English. What's wilder is no, she wasn't either, and English was clearly not her first language. Just hateful for no fucking reason, which brings me to our story called I'm a White American. Mind the trigger warning, and if you haven't already, go ahead and get your vibes and delights and let's jump in. This just happened today and has been the talking point of the entire staff for hours. For reference, I work at a casual dining American restaurant. I'm the only server that's currently on the floor, and I have about 5 tables when I get sat a 2-top. It's an older couple, I'd say about late 60s, sitting at one of our booths, table 32. They each order an unsweet tea and a glass of our house cab. I let them sit for a minute to look over the menus and check up on my other tables. I come back a few minutes later and the man orders our pulled pork platter with no modifications. And she says she'll do the same. Awesome. I ring in their orders and go about my business. A few moments later, the food is ready and I drop it off. She immediately turns her head up in disgust. Is that barbecue sauce on the pork? Yes, did you not want sauce on there? She informs me that she does not, and I take it back to the kitchen for a remake. Kind of annoying, but whatever, it happens. A few moments later, I bring her the pork platter minus the sauce, and there's another problem. I don't eat dark meat. Can you get me one with only white meat? Not me trying to figure out if it has dark meat. Oh, apparently pork does have dark meat, but it's technically like red, so okay. I'm not sure I believe she knew that though, you know what I'm saying? Now I'm actually annoyed because I'm deep in the weeds at this point and the next server isn't on the floor for another 15 minutes. I still bring it back to the kitchen and my manager picks only lightly colored pieces by hand to fire for her second remake. Husband has been silently eating his food the entire time. Oh, so it's just a Karen and her Jerry. Episode 1. I bring out her third pork platter and I just drop it off and keep going since I have 7 other tables to take care of at this point. I check back in about 5 minutes later and she hasn't touched it. Me, is there something wrong with this one too? This is what she says verbatim. "This is all guts and gizzards. I am a white American. We don't eat stuff like this. Maybe a black person would eat this, but I was brought up to only eat white meat since I'm a white American." I'm sorry. I just sent my manager over. I couldn't deal with it anymore. And after he spoke to her, she said she doesn't want to order anything else, but not before making some more racist comments. Ew. That's so ugly on you, Karen. Ew. All the husband says to me is that they need 2 boxes and the check. They box up his half-eaten platter and her uneaten one and pay the bill, and then they left a 15% tip. Wow. Can you imagine these people exist and are out there on the streets? From the lady who kept asking me if I knew how to speak English at my job earlier, to this psycho Karen who doesn't even know that gizzards go in poultry. It is so scary to have to exist next to you guys. I'm just gonna say it. I said it. Now let's read some of these comments. Does she think that eating dark meat will turn her black or something? Does she eat spaghetti and worry she might become Italian? Like, what is happening in her brain? I think I want to know what's happening in all of those types of people's brains. Like, just loud and wrong. Exactly. She reminds me of my mother-in-law who once ordered salmon and then didn't eat it. And when we asked why, her response was, "I don't really like fish." What? I wonder if that lady thought it was a poultry too. I had a coworker like that once. I was telling her that my hubby and I were going out for Chinese that night and she scoffed that they never ate there. They only ate normal American food. I asked her what that entailed. Apparently, pizza, spaghetti, and steak. Again with the spaghetti. Like, Aren't like meatballs made of sausage? Isn't sausage like, okay. You can't rationalize the irrational, Frinny. You can't. There's a lot of things wrong with this lady, but pork gizzards? What? How? This lady just wanted to complain. She didn't say anything about only eating white meat until the food was already there. And if the husband was just sitting there like this is normal, she probably does this all the time. All right, y'all, can't wait to read your thoughts. Mwah!